Yay. Things are thinking. Our phone magic is phone magic. Good job, phone magic. Boop. And boop. Bam. Yay. It's always a good day when we get to keep the music up. Also, I forgot to move this. Put that like right there. There we go. Yeah. But yeah, leaving the music up. New game ready to start sometime soon, probably next time, but not right now. My head needs a head break. There we go. The YouTube was exploding. Stop exploding, YouTube. You stop it. There we go. That's better. YouTube is always exploding. Stop blowing up. We need less explosions, not more. Scoot that over a bit. There we go. Matter of fact, hold on. There we go. Yay. But yeah, you know, currently going through stuff. Our new game will have to wait for next time. My head's exploding. I need a break. So we will do something simple. And what is more simple for me than talking about card games? So yeah, we got some duels of masters taking place. Oh, let me turn my light on. Here we go. Alrighty. So yeah, we have many replays, which is why I wanted to do this. But we have a few. We have... That's actually more than I thought we had. We have 6. 6 replays. Hi, Rare Candy! Alrighty. 6 replays. I only remember a handful of them. Mostly the most recent one and that Duelist Cup one. God, this is gonna be chaos. Yeah. Not for very long. Well, I say that, but I end up always taking, like, way longer on these replay videos than I think I will. Yeah, so, first things first, this was, if I remember correctly, this duel was during the coin flip or dice roll card event. Definitely gotta skip that one. There we go. About Monster Boy and Curse Kingdom. Cool. That's a good game. Alrighty. So this event, you could only use cards that had coin flip effects or dice roll effects. And since most people didn't make decks for that, most people just choose to use the loner decks instead. So that's exactly what I did. And yeah, I've got to do some explaining, because there's a very, very, very high chance that You have never and will never ever see any of the cards involved here ever again. Like, these cards are rare. Oh boy. Alrighty. Dark Sanctuary. So this card was added as Destiny board support. However, more importantly for this event, because Destiny board is not available during this event, when your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can flip a coin, and if it's heads, you stop the attack, and your opponent takes half of the damage equal to half of that monster's attack, which is pretty good. And then we have this one, Arcana Force 19, the Sun. If a card with a coin flip effect is on field, you can special summon it from your hand. And then, when it is summoned, you flip a coin. If it's heads, you can set a spell or trap that has a coin flip effect. If it's tails, you can destroy every spell and trap. Yeah. So, we get heads. So, using that head, I set Cup of Ace, which is you flip a coin, you draw 2 if you get heads, your opponent draws 2 if you get tails. Fuck. Well, that's not good. So, we place down Misjudge. I love this card, by the way. She has a very funny face. Like, she is very unsure of the decision she is making. I like that one card. I forget if it's new or not. There's one card with 3 Misjudges all arguing with each other. Hold on, let me go find that card, actually. Yeah, here it is. I love I love this art. This art's great. So yeah, Misjudge is fun. Anyway, what she actually does is, if your opponent does an effect, you can flip a coin, and if you get 2 heads, it's negated. Yay. And then the trap I set was Paths of Destiny, which both players flip a coin. If you get heads, you get 2,000 life points. If you get tails, you get burn damage. Is Monster Boy harder than Crash Bandicoot? I would say on average, no. The Monster Boy series is a bit more like classic 2D. It's kind of a Metroidvania in a way, actually. It's like an old school like NES era like exploration game. Think Zelda 2, but easier. So no, I don't think it's harder than Crash Bandicoot. Especially the new one. Harder than Mario? No, I don't think so, at least. There might be some moments that are funky, but on average, I don't think so, no. Like, it's not easy, don't get it twisted, but it's fair, it's fine. That's the best way I can put it. Is all this shiny stuff, there we go, okay, bam. Alright, my opponent sit down. 35 with 42 bucks. Let's see. We gotta double check it. What is it on the on my Steam page? Whew. Yeah, it's $30 over here. That about checks out. Oh, you know it's a good comparison? It's yeah, Steam is usually cheaper. If you've played any of the Shantae games, it's like that. It's like that. It was one of the many games where the Shantae games got their influence. Oh yeah, I love this song. This is a very fun boss fight. Going Under is a great game. Absolutely play Going Under. Alright, so here's Path to Destiny. They get heads, so they get healed. I get tails, I take damage. God damn it. So, we get an effect to go off. Can we stop it? Of fucking course not. Dice Foon, we're rolling. We get a 4. Holy Jesus. Versus on Pokemon Live? You know what? I will hold off on the replay for that, because I know you're not going to be around forever. Yeah, after this replay, let's get to it. 6, 2, 3. Yeah, so Orgoth rolls die, as you see, and then gets various effects based on what he rolled. He gets attack, just no matter what. But if he gets 2 of the same result, he'll get an additional effect depending on the number, which he did not get. He just gets big number. And now my insides hurt. I'm gonna be live for 45 minutes. Yeah, I'll start it up after this replay then. You got it. Alrighty. We summon Goddess of the Two Sides, who can grab a monster that flips coins, because oh boy, do I really need that right now. And they activate that 6, where they can choose a dice result if the number is not what they want, basically. But only if 1 or 6, depending on what the number is. So naturally, I grab the sun, we summon the sun, here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. And then they activate dice, which is very funny. That takes a lot of effort. You know how hard dice are? You just cut it in half like it was nothing. But yeah, this lets you roll a die. If you get a 1 or a 6, you can add a card to your hand that has a die roll effect. And of course, any other number makes it so that, you know, it goes back. But of course, because they have that, they can change it to 6 and grab Snipe Hunter. But not add Roulette Spider? Great question, don't ask me. Thankfully, I got tails there, so we can blow those up. And thankfully, I got heads here. And now for the fun part, because I didn't mention the field spell when they put it down. This is Dice Dungeon. At the start of the battle phase, both players roll a die, and then these effects happen depending on the number. If you get a 1, you lose 1,000 attack. If you get a 2, you gain 1,000 attack. If you get a 3, you lose 500. If you get a 4, you gain 500. If you get a 5, you get half attack. And if you get a 6, you get doubled attack. 6. 1. That's a very big number. I don't know how the fuck I managed to win that. Is this what Joey feels like? Alrighty. There we go. Alrighty, let's get our Pokemans all nice and in order. My specs okay? Yeah, we're fine. Now we're kind of fine. I'm gonna hit this and hope the base deck list. I have not used those literally since I started playing. Like, I'm pretty sure I used those, like, once just to get cards. I don't think I've ever actually used any of the decks the game gives you in forever. Alright, there we go. We hit that. Also... yeah, you can head on over to the add friend thingamabob and add me. There you go. Dude, these like campaign songs for the Master Duel solo are like really, it's blurry, my bad. RB Dragonite, just like everything else. Yeah, there you go. So yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna use. Unless you also want me to use one of these base decks. God, have I ever, like, actually seen any of these before? I'm trying to think. Have I ever used any of these? I guess sort of this one. Like, I changed mine a little bit, though. I also guess sort of this one. It's kind of funny. The world may never know. Yep. Boop. Not a lot. No, I've not used this Archaludon deck in like a while. I'll try this out. Do 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 do. Oh, I love the song. Once again, anytime a song from Muramasa pops up, I will say it until I am blue in the face. Yeah, good luck. Vanillaware, please put your games on PC! I want to play Muramasa on PC! I want to play Dragon's Crown on PC! I want to play Odin Sphere on PC! Is that too hard to ask for? You guys didn't even put Unicorn Overlord on PC! Like, what the fuck? There we go. That is my average Vanillaware rant. Bum. Bum, 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 bum. I can see your hand. Well, stop looking at streams, silly! You silly goober. Although, it's kind of funny, we were talking about the other day, actually, how, like, hand advantage in something like the Pokemon TCG doesn't matter as much as it does other games. Like, it's still useful, it's still handy, but it's not as game-ending or game-warping as it can be in other games, especially, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! In Yu-Gi-Oh!, even bad hand knowledge cards are still banned. We'll hold off there for now. That's from discard, right? Yeah, okay. We'll be good. This monkey is probably about to get fucking annihilated right now, but, you know, he'll be alright. The rocks are ready. It's time to draw. Alrighty, let's see. That will be handy. So let's activate this one more time. Let's get another one on board here. Let's evolve. Let's grab our energy, slap it on your boy. Ah! Okay, so that's from any. Yeah, so in that case, we'll do this. Just to maintain some safety. Yeah, I feel like the normal thing to do is to just say, you should probably add blank, not to actually literally add it. Also, this song has popped up a lot in Shuffle as of late. Shuffle really wants me to play Secret of Mana for some reason. Oh no, his rock is ready. Ow. So we can go for an attack right now. We don't have Iron Bundle. We could get Iron Bundle right now. That's my good bit. Yeah, Rare Candy wanted a battle. Like someone else. Yeah, he's not around for too long, so I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I don't mind. Add that back to hand. Let's Earth and Vessels so we can get a bit more here. There we go. Do I even want to try it? No, I don't want to try that. Actually, yeah, I think I'll just use this and get the scrapping with the Lucario right now. We'll hold off on that, and bam! He's got the gong! Bing bong. Ding dong, ding dong. This is gonna hurt. Oh, this is really gonna hurt. Let's see, that's 130, that's 160 now? I'm alive, but barely? Oh, there's Fez. Yay. Oh, we got Fez. I'm probably gonna need it. Get an Ultra Ball. He's balling. Get another Mega. Get another Gong. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. Ow. Yeah. Alright, and his little dudes are gonna be ready for the next turn, which makes that dangerous. So we need to solve this. We need to solve this as soon as possible. That would be nice. So let's do that. You know what else would be nice? Getting Fez ready. There we go. I only need one. How many are in my discard right now? Just one. So I'll wait on that. So let's activate Arwen. I don't really need the secret box. Vitality Band would be nice. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I would like Bundle back in there. Pretty good. Do I need to Artisan? I guess I could grab another Duraludon if I do. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Wham! Yoink, yoink, yoink. Nice! Alright. Our Galodon is definitely going to explode the next turn, but we will be able to recoup. Bet you wish your Pokemon had damp. Ah! Alright, there's our next Mega. Our Lunar Cycle, pitch a Fighting Energy, draw 2 more. I'm not going to be able to one-shot with all my damage boosts, but I think I should be able to survive a trade? So we're not too deep in. Also, matter of fact, what does Genesect do again? Takes less damage from attacks afterwards, but he's at one-shot range, so that's not a good idea. There's Fez. Alright, time to flip the script, draw 3. Alright, shuffle our hand. Alright, that was the supporter card, so I'm not too worried for the rest of this. Cosmic Beam rocks! Bwah. fine. Slap Duel. That's even better. Alright, activate Duraludon. Get our medal. There we go. Let's Earthen Vessel. Let's pitch Ultra Ball. I don't think we need that. Grab another medal and grab a Dark. Attach the medal. Let's boss's orders, because we have a target. Let's slap the Vitality Band. Activate. We can't activate Black Belt Training. I'm silly. Let's flip the script because our Caledon got knocked out last turn. There we go. And we have energy ready for next turn. Yeah, let's just swing. Bam! A balloon! Release Determination, shuffling our hand. Once again, that's a supporter for the turn. This rock has an energy. Yeah, these Soul Rock and Lunatone cards, I'm pretty sure just came out. Yeah, they came out in the most recent set, and they're like really, really, really good because they're like a convenient draw engine for any deck that uses fighting energy. And even decks that don't use fighting energy still kind of like having them, which is pretty fun. See, I won't be able to do much else here. Can we... Well, we can put Squawk on the board. I don't need to worry about too much else. Gotta skip that one. Sadly. Do I need to do more damage? I don't need to do more damage. I don't need to do much else. So I will R1 for now. I think what I will grab... I want Stretcher. Yeah, I think I'll take the Stretcher. There we go. Don't need any more evolutions. They're already in my hand. Although some insurance wouldn't be the worst. Let's put him back there. Let's do that instead. Because we won't need to do much else here. Alright, wham! And yoink. We get another medal. Alright. It feels like it's been forever since I last heard this song. Ouchie. I was expecting that much, but we are in a winning position right now, so we're all good. So all we gotta do is evolve, re-grab our medal, attach a basic, and swing. There we go. Alright, not bad. GG. And I said before, and I'll say it again, I think the biggest problem with the Mega cards, honestly, like, I don't think they do enough to warrant being free prize cards, honestly. Like, I feel like you go minus so hard when they're up that it doesn't feel worth it to be using them most of the time, which is, like, really weird. Which is odd, because, like, a lot of the other cards in this set are, like, actually, like, pretty good just for generic use, but I don't know, the Megas themselves are supposed to be the stars of the show, and it's kind of weird. Like, even a standard Gardevoir deck doesn't really use them all that much. Like, I'm only using this because I want to. Like, the standard Gardevoir is still the more consistent option, especially with the new card that was added, the new stadium. Yeah, with Mystery Garden, like, you get enough support, which is also added in this. Like, you get enough support that, yeah, just using the standard one is just more consistent, more convenient. It's weird. It's weird. These Megas are weird. Not gonna lie. That's how I feel about most of them. I still haven't made Mega Absol. I gotta give Mega Absol deck a try. It's probably just gonna be literally just Mega Absol and Monkey Dory and, like, some draw engine, like Pheasantipity, Squawkabilly. That's about it. And just see how that rolls. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna be that great, though. But yeah. Megas are in a weird... I don't know. I don't... They feel funky. That's the best way I could sum it up is they feel funky. Hold on, I'm gonna switch it up. Let me get... What do you use? I've not used this yet. Let's use this. I swear, I need new bed sheets. I swear, dude, like, do they make, like, fitted covers that are just, like, zippers that go around your bed? I swear, I really need those. Like, fucking vacuum seal the damn bed or something. I had to take a mulligan. Yeah, also had to take a mulligan, so you know what? It's all good. Alrighty, got Dragon Pult, and I don't have much good in my hand. That's not great. Okay, game. I just need a Gible. Game, please just give me a Gible. Roselia is not supposed to be face tanking things. Where is my Gible? Crispin it. Oh yeah, hold on. I should probably Dragloka's ready. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I can use that. Now we can grab Gible. There we go. And hold on. Bam. Alright, there we go. And bam! There he is! Look at him! He's great! He's friend-shaped. Just gonna slap one on him. And let's slap a basic on him. We're gonna hold off on it. The Roselia is unfortunately gonna have to be the sacrificial lamb here. Recon Directive is about to go crazy. I forget, the weight is an extra 70 HP, right? Yeah. Okay, we can turn this around. So now we can Champions Call. We can get some friends on board. No Roselia, so that we're not getting too murdered. There we go. Yeah, we can stop there. Another Recon Directive. There's Arwen, no need to worry about supporters. Hey, hold on, what the fuck? What the fuck is Zatu doing here? What the hell are you here for? You may attach basic psychic from hand to bench Pokemon and draw 2. Rare candy! Bam! That's gonna hurt. Ah! Ow. Uh-oh. My mango! The smart thing to do would probably be to use this on the Roselia. That would force me to bring up the other Roselia. Or that. You can knock out both Roselias. That works too. See. Bam! Spiritomb! Somebody asks you what's wrong, you say, I'm fine, you immediately lose all right to talk about it later. I disagree, because just because you don't want to talk about it now doesn't mean you don't want to talk about it. Now, you could absolutely phrase it better and say, I don't feel like talking about it now, but I'm not one to fight people over the semantics of that. Poor Roselia is being bullied the entire game. Alright, what do we want here? Another weight wouldn't be a bad idea. Some more pop-ins wouldn't be a bad idea. Honestly, I think Ultra Ball. I think I'll grab Ultra Ball and another weight. Yeah, but asking people to be normal when they're already in moments of, like, high stress is kind of defeats the point. Would I like to draw cards? What am I gonna say? No? Yes, I want to draw cards! Drawing cards is fun! Sadly, gotta skip those. I'm pretty sure I need to skip the Mad World ones. Mad World and Anarchy Reigns is weird. Sometimes they're fine and sometimes they're not. I'm just gonna skip them and be safe. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to Dragon Buster for this. I'm gonna lose some energy for it, but I'll have to thug it out. Actually, wait, with the Roserade boost, is that gonna give me enough? That's an extra 30. No, 130 is not gonna be enough. Yeah, I have to Buster. Once again, I am just not a fan of attacks that discard energy. I've never enjoyed those. What did we go to here? Probably just kill Spirit Tomb. Alright, 40-20 split works. Evolution, which is nice. Not gonna be needing it though. I did not mean to use that. That was a mind fart. Oh well. We'll live. Let's grab that and that. There we go. Grab another Gibble. You know, let's grab 2 Gibbles. Look at them. They're friend-shaped. I love Gibble. And yeah, let's just swing. Alright. Buster Wolf! Alright, now assuming he doesn't evolve next turn, we should be good. But he's probably going to evolve next turn, so we should be ready for that. Also, I love this art. This is Directive. Here's the Evolution. Yeah, I figured. Alright, we're gonna have to thug it out, which is gonna be difficult. Everybody pop in. He can knock out the Spirit Tomb, do some more damage to the Roserade afterwards. It's gonna be a bit tricky. I think I need more weights, but I'm pretty sure my other weights are my prize cards right now. Honestly, more weights would probably solve this problem. Yeah. Yeah, knock out Spirit Tomb, do more damage to Roserade. We only got 1 prize left. There's only 1 prize left. X-Cloud screaming all in their ears to weird death. Yeah, we are lethal right now. Force Vitality, don't really need that. Decisions. We can gong it up, but I don't have anything to grab a guy. That's what I need right now, is a guy. Yeah, no Venus. Evolution's not gonna help either. Oh no! Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they got that one. Actually, come to think of it, I should probably take out the Toadscroll and the Forest Giant Plants. And probably just put in a bit more consistency cards. That'd probably be the better option. Although, I think I'm already maxing on, like, Professors and... And rods, but whatever. Wham! Oh no! Yeah. Yeah. CT Garchomp is like a weird deck because it's like tankier than other decks, but it's like still vulnerable to 2-shots most of the time. That's so funky. Yeah, the main thing that makes Dragapult so good is essentially, like, its aggression sets up for the next couple of aggressions, like, really well. So you need to set up, essentially, like, before the Dragapult can snipe key cards, which, as you saw, is just not something that's always going to be reliable, because this is a card game. So, yeah. Yeah, 2 is fine. That's fine. Boop. Ah! Yu-Gi-Oh! Jump scare! Later, Red Candy! Good games! Ah! There we go. Yeah. That's why I think one of the best decks for dealing with, like I said, just any deck that can either get into aggression faster or, like, properly defend against it. Like, there's certain cards that stop your opponent from dealing back row damage. That's also a good option. A lot of people are running, like, Rapska for that, to stop back row damage. That's a good option if you can get away with it. Me personally, though, I just think decks that are capable of being more aggressive faster is probably fits a bit better into that matchup. Like Ceruledge, for example. I think Terra Ceruledge is good into that, because you can one-shot them very consistently. Your Ceruledges have decent enough HP to survive a Phantom Dive and some chip damage if they try and set up on you earlier than that. I think it's a good option. But yeah. Alrighty. Now that we have completed that side quest, back to Master Duel replays. Alrighty, right up in the draw phase, we got Sage with Eyes of Blue, Small World, 2 Wishes, and Infinite Impermanence. This is a pretty good hand. So what do? Activate Sage. Sage gets Impermed. Not ideal, but it's something we can live with because we have 2 Wishes. So now let's Wishes. Pitch Small World, grab Roar, and Maiden. Checks out. Activate Maiden, set down True Light. Go send Sage into Spirit. Spirit grabs Mausoleum. Activate the Mausoleum. Target Sage, send Blue Eyes. Spirit tributes itself, and we bring Blue Eyes back out. Nice. Now Maiden comes out. This is when they activate Motari Fuwalos, so any special summons from extra deck or deck will get them a draw. Bam. So here's 1. I think I just let them have the 1. Spirit. Get a Roar. Now I let them have 2. And we activate Wishes here. And then they activate Max C. That's a lot of drawing going on. That's fine. We True Light for Majesty. Bring out Tyrant, and now we wait. So, our opponent is using White Forest. Dude, I swear, every time I have to fight a White Forest deck, it seems like everyone is doing something completely different from the next White Forest duelist. And it always works. I don't know how it didn't work this time, but I swear, like, these guys are basically just, like, doing nuclear fission with their decks every single time. And every single White Forest deck I ever fight is different from the last. So, we have LZ. LZ grabs Sylvie. We activate Sylvie. We're gonna blow up Sylvie. Alright? Why? Don't ask me why. Look at those wolves. Alright? Those wolves are doing war crimes. You can't tell me that this guy right here is not up to some devious activity. Look at him. He knows what he did. That being said, I do like the squirrels. I like the fluffy butts in the background. I like him. I want one. So, we're gonna blow those two up. They still get the woes. They have 5 rainbow, is it 5 rainbow magician? Yeah, 5 rainbow magician. This guy is a floodgate. Yeah, so this giant twink, when he is in the back row, can floodgate your opponent based on the number of set cards in the spell and trap zone. If you don't have any spell or set cards in the back row, their monsters can't attack or use their effects. Or if you have 4, then all the monsters get double attack, but usually it's that first effect that's more important. So, I basically can't activate Imperm, or I can't do anything. No. We're gonna use True Light to bring out Blue Eyes, which will let us bring Maiden back out too, now that it's the end phase. I don't have to worry about any of those being called by the grave. And we get the best little fluffy butt. We get Buster Whelp. I love him. He's got 6 legs, then they're all funny. Oh, hold on. Bam! Alright, we'll be back. Yeah, so, we're gonna use Buster Whelp and do my favorite thing. This is why this is my favorite Blue Eyes variant. Good old Buster Blader Blue Eyes. Because, yeah, Buster Whelp, being a level 1 light dragon tuner, fits perfectly well into the Blue Eyes strategy. So, we grab Prologue of the Destruction Sword, we take Buster Whelp and Blue Eyes and make a second Spirit Dragon. So now we take our first Spirit Dragon, and then they activate Tikbu. And now I'm sad. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a very explosive card game. Because when there's effects in Yu-Gi-Oh! They hit like a fucking truck. You know, Magic the Gathering has stacks, right? And the whole reason that why stacks are called stacks is because you floodgate your opponent with stacking effects of some kind, right? It's not just one effect that completely changes the tide of the game. It's several effects being stacked on top of each other that causes your opponent that makes your opponent unable to play the game. Yu-Gi-Oh! is basically just like, what if we activated all of those at once with one card? So say hello to There Can Be Only One. Because what else could be more evil than TSA? Yu-Gi-Oh! Is one big floodgate? Yes, but it's a floodgate I love. Hello, Night Assassin, first time chatter, how are you doing? Yeah. So yeah, each player can only control one monster of each type. If you control 2 or more of the same type, you gotta get rid of them. So basically, all my dragons gotta go. Sorry, Spirit. Let's do some striking and see if we can solve this problem. Well, they got Sylvie, and can activate LZ in the grave now, so... Not really, no. LZ's back in hand. And Sylvie adds Tails. Well, we're going to destroy Sylvie, and using that, we're going to set Majesty. So a good thing about Tyrant is Tyrant can reset trap cards from grave after it attacks. Which is especially useful here because it basically means I can always have a set card to offset Performer File 5 Rainbow Magician. So 5 Rainbow is not going to be a factor in this duel anymore, basically. And because they just use LZ to send Tikbu, now seems like as good a time as any to activate Prologue. So we send Buster Blader and Destruction Sword Memories, activate Destruction Sword Memories in Grave, in order to bring out Buster Blader, the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman. And using this to bring out Buster Dragon. And now, Elzette, Rusia, Sylvie, and all of her other monsters are dragons. Dragons who can no longer activate any of their effects thanks to Buster Blader. Skill Drain. It's a good thing I have Majesty. Yeah, their big mistake there was getting rid of Tikbu. Honestly, they probably should have gotten rid of 5 Rainbow instead. Tikbu would have held off on them being able to, get stopped there. Yay! Would have held off on them being able to be stopped there, because it means I wouldn't have been able to summon the Buster Dragon on top of Buster Blader, which means their guys still would have been, I think they're mostly like illusions and spellcasters. They still would have been illusions and spellcasters and not dragons. Alright, up next. A lot of Blue Eyes Buster Blader. I've been playing this deck a lot. Like I said, this is probably my favorite Blue Eyes version. Ba, 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 ba. Alrighty, our first turn, I draw Effect Veiler, Drolin Lockbird, Buster Whelp, Synchro Rumble, and Majesty. This is not ideal, but it is something we can work with. Also, side note, if you guys want me to skip the song, I will do so. This is all music from my own personal music collection. And if for whatever reason the final boss to Sonic Colors theme is not to your liking, let me know. I'll go to the next song, I don't mind. Also, hold on, let me move this over here, actually. That way it's a bit in view and not in the way. Matter of fact, hold on, let me do the same thing with the music. I always forget to do that. Whee! Bam, there we go. Yeah. It's always in the way of something. You either don't see my name, or you don't see my life points, or you don't see my opponent's name. Pick your poison. You know what? Yeah. I think seeing the life points is a bit more important than... Never mind, we'll leave it up there. Alright. So yeah, this hand is not ideal, but opening with Buster Whelp is honestly pretty good. Hello, Herson! You're a new person. How are you doing? Opening with Buster Whelp is still better than not opening with Buster Whelp because it means I can still convert into Spirit with Eyes of Blue, and at least summon a Blue Eyes. And now I know I'm playing Branded. If there are any duelists to be afraid of, it's Branded. Like, there are certain decks where you just see them and you're like, this person probably knows what they're doing because they're using this deck. Branded is not a deck for potatoes. So they have Lost up, so now I can't stop any of their fusions. Out comes Zaluber, the Boober of Doober, and I don't want him to use that, so we're going to use Effect Veiler. Thankfully, they couldn't stop it. They have Lubellion in hand, though, so they can send Lubellion, they can activate Baldrake, and out comes Baldrake, by getting rid of my own Veiler. You meanie. Now we bring out Lubellion. We set Regained. There's Ecclesia, so now we're going to tribute Ecclesia, bring out Albaz. We'll take Albaz and Aluber to bring out Albalentis, which is not a card I see too often in Branded lists nowadays, not gonna lie. You know, Contact Fusion always pretty handy, I suppose. So, this is the threat we have to deal with. Honestly, I think I can make do. We drew Ether Barrel, which is really good. So now let's activate Ether Barrel. Now that I've summoned a monster, they're gonna use Branded Regain to bring back Baldrake. Yep. So, we have Lordly Load on board. We can activate Lordly Load, grab Drill Beam. We're gonna turn Baldrake into Spirit. There we go. And he's gonna use Baldrake in order to banish Spirit. But that did not negate Spirit, so we still get to draw Mausoleum from that. And because something got banished, they get to draw a card using Regained. That's fine. We'll activate Mausoleum in order to normal summon Buster Whelp again. We can grab Prologue here, and we can set up for next turn. So, let's take Blue Eyes and Whelp, send them off to the grave, and rest on Spirit. And set all of this nice shiny back row. Out comes Lubellion again. Which now is a good time as any to flip Prologue. Out goes Destruction Sword Memories. Send our little dudes away. Out comes Buster Blader, which for once, I don't need Buster Dragon in order to facilitate this. And by the way, I activate Prologue here using its Grave effect. I do it just to stop it. None of my cards that this card protects is actually a Destruction Sword card. Buster Blader is one of the weirdest archetypes ever, because all of the cards are almost named the same thing, but they're not named the same thing. So a lot of the support ends up working for certain parts of the support, but not every part of the support, which causes problems. This archetype is weird. Also, I'm going to activate Majesty now to get rid of their back row. Yeah. I'm tired of their recursiveness. Out comes Ecclesia, who gets turned into a dragon thanks to Buster Dragon, so no effect for her. Same thing with the Twink, but he contact fuses, because those are all dragons, into Albalentis, which does let you use opponents from either field. Unfortunately, Albalentis needs dragons, and Buster Blader is not a dragon. And then he tributes Ecclesia in order to bring out Albaz, but because Albaz is a dragon, sorry Dragon Twink, not today, straight to defense you go. No contact fusioning Super Polying today. And I don't even need to really even do more here, because Buster Blader has an additional fun effect. He does piercing damage. Listen, if I had a nickel for every time I penetrated a Twink, I'd be a fucking billionaire right now. Up next! Another duel against White Forest. I'm telling you, man, this deck is like magic. I love this theme. Up next! Our opponent is going first. I open Droll, Maiden of White, Small World, Wishes, and Called By. Honestly, I like this hand. This hand could be better, but this is absolutely a workable hand. I am extremely used to Small World because I play a lot of Cyberse decks. So I'm very familiar with bridging, so I've been using this in a bunch of my other decks just to see what I can do, and honestly, it's extremely useful. This card is very good. Takes a while to get used to it, but it's very worth it when you do. Alrighty, this variant of White Forest is using the Diabell Stars, so this might be straight up Snake Eyes White Forest. We're gonna Droll right here, but they have Cross out, so they're gonna Cross out Droll in order to continue their turn. Makes sense. I don't have much else in my hand to be able to stop them this turn. They pitch MST, that's a scary card to see nowadays, and out comes Diabell Star. Speaking of MST, I can't wait for the new MST archetype. That's going to be very fun. I'm very excited for a lot of the new archetypes that are coming out. It's gonna be very fun. Like, genuinely, almost all of them I'm extremely interested in and want to play. Out comes Deception of the Sinful Spoils. Activating that, activating Hallowed Azamina in order to summon Saint Azamina. Then activating Saint Azamina's effect in order to bring out Moa Regina. Using Wanted's effect in order to recycle, we send Moa back in order to recycle again. Now we have Elzet in hand, so we'll send out Hallowed and grab Sylvie. Activate Sylvie in order to grab Tails. We take Sylvie and Elzet and we make Raciela. Out comes Raciela. We send another spell trap. We grab Woes. Tails is active now. It becomes set. And we grab Elzet as a Mina version. Elzet activates. We take Elzet and Raciela. We make Diabelle. Bam. Cross out going back to hand. Smart idea. Also, perfect time for this song to pop on. And 3 face downs. We know one of those is cross out. We know one of those is woes. I have no idea what the other ones are. So, what do we have to deal with here exactly? Well, we have a bunch of face downs, one of which being cross out designator, the other one being woes, which I'm not familiar with the effect of woes, so let's really quick go over that one again. Special summon a White Forest monster from hand or deck, then afterwards synchro summon using a White Forest monster. Checks out. And we know what cross out does. I get Buster Welt from the draw. Let's see what I have to play into. So, because of Saint Azamina, I cannot play target cards in my field, graveyard, or banishment, or Azamina herself with card effects. So no targeting. On top of that, Diabelle has a quick effect in order to special synchro summon. So we probably have to deal with synchro Sylvie Book of Mooning us. So this is going to be tricky, but I have an idea. We're going to activate Called By, because I need them to burn this right now. So out comes Sylvie. There we go. Out comes Elzet. We're going to activate Maiden because they don't have Destruction. We're going to activate Witches and pit Small World. We grab Roar, we grab Sage. Let's activate Sage and grab a Tuner. Now they Synchro Summon to bring out Silvera, which is what I was expecting. We now have Effect Veiler. And we have Roar. So let's Roar. Because of the Roar, Blue Eyes was summoned, meaning we can use Maiden. They're now going to activate Woes in order to quick Synchro once more. Out comes Raciela again. But thankfully, this is an ideal position. Out comes Fairy Tail Snow. I fucking hate Fairy Tail Snow. I can't fucking stand this card. But if I remember correctly, it didn't function in this battle. So now, a Stellar and Woeful Spoils activates. Or Sinful Spoils activates. There they go. Now, you might think I Synchro Summon using Blue Eyes and Maiden. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to use Spirit because it is imperative that I get Buster Whelp on field as soon as possible, so I really need that extra normal. And now that they don't have any more interaction, I can very safely grab Mausoleum, activate Mausoleum in order to bring out Buster Whelp, in order to grab Prologue, in order to set up the Buster Lock. Now I'll take these two and make Spirit instead. We'll activate True Light to set Majesty. We'll set the Prologue, we'll Tribute, and bring out another Blue Eyes. Let's get rid of the funny Book of Moon Wolf Lady. Azamina in attack position. They send something off. We're going to Effect Veiler as Stellar here. Now's a good time to activate Prologue, so we'll send Buster Blader and the Destruction Sword as normal. Activate Destruction Sword Memories. And we're all set. Because listen, Saint Azamina might protect from targeting, but Buster Blader does not target. It is a continuous effect. And of course, I activate Prologue just so the game stops telling me to proc it. And they know that it's all GG there. They even rage quit too. Like, come on, man. You could at least quit normally. Now, normally I go in order for these, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to go over to this one first and end with this one, because this might be the longest duel I've ever had. So up next, we have a mirror match against another Blue Eyes player. They were running pure Blue Eyes. I'm still using Blue Eyes Buster Blader. Alrighty, I open Buster Whelp, Sage, Maiden, Maxi, and Ether Barrel. I love this hand. So we activate Maxi, and we wait. Side note, I highly do not recommend just shotgunning Maxi. You never know what your opponent is working with, and the handful of times you run into a Dark World player will be enough for you to not do that. I was making a really heavy guess based on their sleeves and field that they're probably not playing Dark World. Do not shotgun Maxi. Always wait until they have something before you shotgun it. Out comes Drill Beam, and there goes Maiden, and now I know I'm in a mirror match. Out comes True Light. We True Light for Wishes. We activate Wishes. Grab Ultimate Fusion. And Sage. Checks out. Normal Sage. We Normal Sage. We Normal Sage to grab Master. Now, Master typically is not seen in pure lists that often. When it is there, it's usually a good sign that they're probably running Dragon Master Magia. Or they're doing something a bit different. Out comes Spirit. Or Link Spirit, I should say. There's two spirits. Link Spirit and Synchro Spirit. I'll remember to note them to keep them separate. So, Link Spirit grabs Mausoleum. Mausoleum activates. He normal summons Master and adds Sage back to hand. He activates Mausoleum, targeting Master in order to send Blue Eyes to grave. And we tribute Link Spirit in order to bring out Blue Eyes. Maiden activates, bringing herself to field. They activate Wishes in order to target theirs, and they attach, using Wishes, they attach Blue Eyes with Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Now I definitely know they're running Master Magia, and I need to stop that. We're gonna Ash Blossom Sage here. And using Maiden and Blue Eyes, we go and grab Synchro Spirit. Synchro Spirit tags out, but now is a good time to get rid of the Ultimate Dragon in the grave. So I'm going to do that. Spirit tags out into AFD, Ancient Fairy Dragon. Ancient Fairy Dragon is now going to destroy Mausoleum in order to grab Gateway to Chaos. This is typically one of the cards that they use in order to bring out Master Magia. They must have been playing on autopilot though, because they can't summon it anymore. I got rid of Ultimate. I'm not sure why they still did this. Out comes Gateway. Or at least, I'm pretty sure they can't summon it. I gotta double check Ultimate Fusion really quick. I'm pretty sure Ultimate Fusion does not let you return from Banish, but it is always worth checking. If it does, then that was a misplay on my part. If it doesn't, it's a misplay on their part. Let's see. Where the fuck is it? I know they added it. Ultimate Fusion. I can't... Oh, wait. There it is. No, it does not return from Banish. Only from Grave or Field. So, yeah. Them grabbing Gateway to Chaos was a massive misplay here. Unless they plan on doing something else with it. But they use AFD and Master in order to make Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, which is very different. They use Synchro Rumble in order to bring back Sage, and they add Master back to hand. in order to bring out Blue Eyes, targeting the Sage, sending the Sage back. This is a bit of a tricky deck to work with. We're going to try and get rid of one of their Blue Eyes, but they're going to activate Crystal Wing immediately. I should have waited until it was my turn before using Druid Swarm, because now Crystal has his negate ready again. But thankfully, I've got a lot of gas in my hand, including my own Lordly Load. They're going to activate True Light right now in order to revive Blue Eyes. So, I add Ether Barrel. I activate Sage in order to bring out Blue Eyes. I need them to use Crystal Wing's effect again. We're going to use Synchro Rumble in order to go into Synchro Spirit. They activate Effect Veiler in order to stop it, but now is a good time to tag out, which will force Crystal's activation. I lose a Spirit for it, but I think it's fine. I have Drill Beam, so we can Drill Beam for Spirit here. But that's when they activate their own Drill Beam in order to stop my Drill Beam. So they Drill Beam my Drill Beam, meaning Crystal Wing's effect is going to activate and I cannot tag out Spirit. Which is fine, because I can now activate Maiden safely. I will normal summon Sage in order to get Effect Veiler. I will activate True Light in order to bring out my own Blue Eyes. Maiden comes back out. We'll take these two. And we get Spirit. We tag out for Crimson. Bring Blue Eyes back. Bring out our third Spirit. I prefer running 3. And we'll end there. So, we'll activate Spirit, and now we'll activate Crimson. Now, out comes Buster Dragon. Bam. Which unfortunately stops Spirit from being able to be tagged. Now, you might be wondering why I did all that. Well, you see, I was very not in the right headspace while doing this duel, and I misplayed very heavily here. You see, where is it? There we go. Synchro Rumble makes you only Synchro Summon for the rest of the turn. And now I gotta live with that. And because of that, I misplayed pretty bad. Because of that, I was not able to bring out Link Spirit in order to bring out Mausoleum, in order to get the extra light normal summon I needed to bring out Buster Whelp. So this was a misplay of what the fuck was I about to say? Coliseum? No, not Coliseum. You know what? Fuck it. Coliseum proportions. And now I gotta live with that. We'll activate Veiler here to stop Master's effects. And we'll activate True Light here in order to set down Majesty. Yeah, we're gonna be needing that. They will take the Master and their Blue Eyes in order to make Synchro Spirit? No, in order to make Lightstorm Dragon. He'll destroy my True Light and he'll destroy Lordly Load. Thankfully, because of the destruction, I now have Blue Eyes Jet Dragon on field. They activate their own True Light to bring out their Blue Eyes back. And because Blue Eyes got brought back, Maiden comes back out. They take these two Blue Eyes in order to make Indigo Eyes. They activate Indigo Eyes in order to stop Jet Dragon's effects, so now I can't bounce a hand card back. But I'm still alive, and honestly, that's more important. They send Indigo back in order to bring Spirit back. They take their Maiden in order to make Spirit again. They tribute the Spirit, and they bring Blue Eyes back out. They now Ultimate Fusion, returning Spirit, Link, and Blue Eyes in order to make Tyrant. Now this is a bit tricky, but it's something we can deal with. We draw Wishes, which is a really good draw, actually. We're going to activate Majesty in order to get rid of their back row. Let's get rid of their Lordly Load and their True Light. However, Because True Light's destruction effect happens in Grave, they can use their own Synchro Spirit in order to stop True Light from destroying all their monsters. Thankfully, I can activate Wishes here, we pitch Ether Barrel, we grab Ultimate Fusion, and Effect Veiler. I'm gonna activate Lordly Load, we're gonna grab Ether Barrel. We're gonna activate Ultimate Fusion, and we return one of our spirits and our Blue Eyes to bring out my own Tyrant. Now we're gonna swing into Blue Eyes, which will bring out Jet, which is what he uses Crystal Wings Negate on, which is exactly what I wanted. We get rid of Light Ray. We reset Majesty. They reset True Light. We get rid of Spirit, and I'm gonna stop there. Now, obviously, crashing into Tyrant would make both of them crash, and they'd both pop. But I don't want to crash into Crystal Wing, because Crystal Wing actually has an attack modulation ability, and we can't have any of that. But more importantly, he used his negation, which now means I get to normal summon Buster Whelp in order to grab Prologue. We'll turn this into Spirit. We'll grab Mausoleum. We'll activate the Mausoleum. Send our Blue Eyes back. Activate Spirit, bring out Blue Eyes. But I bring out Spirit. We'll activate Lordly Load to summon Blue Eyes. Maiden, of course, gets summoned. We can activate Wishes here in order to send the typical send off of the equip effect of Wishes. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. You use this for effect protection for your Blue Eyes monsters. And now we tag into the second Spirit, and we wait. Because now we're ready. We activate Prologue, we send Buster, we send Destruction Sword Memories, we activate Destruction Sword Memories. And out comes our boy! And because most of his monsters are already dragons, I don't need Buster Dragon, but Prologue lets you special summon Buster Dragon from Graveyard if you already did summon it somehow. Isn't that nice? And with that, that secures our victory. Thanks, piercing damage! Yay! Alrighty. One more duel. This duel took 52 turns. This is during Duelist Cup. We'll get to it in a moment. Really quickly, I need a bathroom break. Alrighty, I'm back. Hi, Jenny! New first time chatter. Boop. Alrighty, I'm back. I am doing semi-okay. I should probably lay down after stream. I didn't want to do too much today. We have a new game starting soon that I was planning on doing, but my head is not heading correctly for me to get to it. So yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Whew. Okay. I set up my Twitch chat to stop view bots from trying to fucking view bot in here, which is nice. But I wish it would also, like, auto-ban them, because that would just make my life convenient. There we go. Alrighty. On to our last replay today. Again, a 52-turn duel. Yay! I said it before, I'll say it again. Cloud Meadow has no business being as good as it is. Oh, no, wait, hold on. We have to. As much as I love this theme, dude, if there is a theme I have literally not been able to stop playing since I bought this game's soundtrack, it's this one. This is my favorite theme of the game. I love this theme so much. Cloud Meadow is great. Play Cloud Meadow. Alrighty, on to our 52-turn duel extravaganza. What could possibly make the duel last this long, you might ask? I was playing Stun. I needed trap usages for that day, and I swear, I have the craziest Stun duels. So let's go. Good old Duelist Cup. So, I open with Barrier Statue of the Torrents, Necro Valley, 2 compulsory evacuation devices, and Draco Utopian Aura. I like this hand. Normally, I would prefer a little bit more protection for the monster I plan on summoning, but I think 2 compulsors and a Draco Utopian Aura is gonna be good enough. Out comes Fuwalos, which doesn't matter to me. We activate Necro Valley, out comes Barrier Statue, we set our face downs, and we end. Out comes Gold Sarcophagus. I'm gonna guess they're playing Malice at this point. They are playing Malice. Out comes March Hare. So, they put a face down, and they summon Chessy Cat. We're gonna bounce the Chessy Cat back. And now we have an empty board. We get Storming Mirror Force, which is very nice. Let's swing, get some damage in, back to them. Out comes Chessy Cat one more time. We're gonna Storming Mirror Force this time and send her back. Genuinely speaking, it's better to keep storming for hitting as many targets as possible, but let's not worry about it. They set another face down and pass it back to me. We draw Teekboo. We already went over how evil this card is in a previous replay, so I don't need to explain it here. Out comes Chessy Cat one more time, but now we activate Teekboo, so now they cannot summon any more Cyberse monsters, which means no Link summoning for them, pretty much. We spend our last Compulse on Chessy Cat one more time. We have Rivalry of Warlords, which is not the best or worst hand trap or floodgate into Malice. Malice is mostly Dark Cyberse, but they have enough extra deck monsters outside of those that I think as long as they get enough monsters on board, they'll be fine. They can Link climb sufficiently enough to be able to play around this, I feel. Out comes Chessy Cat one more time. Let's activate Rivalry. Barrier Statue is going to be gone this time. But now we have Draco Utopian Aura in order to stop Chessy Cat from getting her draw. No thank you. Much better. They activate, I think that's GWC. Yeah, GWC in order to send some stuff away. In order to end with March Hare on board. Now we have Evenly. Yay! Passing Grease. Quick moment. Let me get a drink of water. Yay. Alrighty. On to the battle phase. They've only got one monster, and they can only have one monster with this deck. Unless they've got a head start a bit earlier than that, but let's not worry about it. We got another draw. Macrocosmos. Completely, well, not completely useless against Malice, because Malice, while they banish their cards, it is very important that they banish their cards when they want to, and not just all the time. So this card is actually not as awful into Malice as you might think, but it's definitely not ideal. Up next, we tributed March Hare, which leads me to believe that that's probably one of the anti-Malice hand traps. That's probably Lancia or Chaos Hunter. Probably Lancia, because it was the one tribute. Now, they have one face up. They normal summon back up at Ignister in order to just hit me. It's a pretty good hit. I draw Moon Mirror Shield, which will be very useful when I actually draw a monster. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, depending on the kind of person you're talking to. Really? I can't even check my own deck during a replay of Duelist Cup? I understand not being able to check it during the Duelist Cup, but come on. This is a replay. Why can't I look at my own deck? Anyway, I'm not running that many monsters in this deck. I'm running the Barrier Statues. I'm running Gravekeeper's Servant in order to grab Necro Valley, and I'm running Inspector Border. That's basically it for monsters. So about 9. She doesn't continue to keep swinging. We put another face down, and put backup down. Alright. They feel safe enough to swing this time, so they swing. Clockwork Knight. This card is going to be very useful. Hold on. Anyway, Clockwork Knight will be very important in a moment because it has a very fun effect of turning all of my opponent's monsters into machines. Which means they'll then be under the effect of Teekboo because they're all machines. It also lowers their machine's attack and increases my machine's attack. I'm not running any machines, but it also turns my monsters into machines, so we'll be fine. I don't want to use it yet, though, because I don't have a monster to benefit from it. I now have a monster to benefit from it. So now that all the monsters on field are machines, they can't summon, basically. Anything that gets normal summoned turns into a machine, and the moment something gets flipped face up, if it's a machine, it leaves because of Teekboo. We draw Fossil Dyna, which also means I can't summon Fossil Dyna because Teekboo also affects me, but I don't mind that all that much. So now, the game becomes reveal all their face downs. Ooh, another Barrier Statue. Also, yeah, I forgot about Fossil Dyna, because he's limited to 1 if I remember correctly. monsters. Again, not running many monsters, but honestly, if there's any time I prefer drawing the monsters, it's now. There's a very high likelihood that whenever opponents get the ability to destroy some kind of back row, they typically end up destroying Clockwork Knight and Teekboo when they get the chance, and leaving everything else. We're gonna get rid of these evenly matches, because I have a feeling it's not gonna be that useful in this matchup. Granted, evenly matched against Malice is not the worst thing, because it does banish all their guys face down, which means they don't get to use any of their effects. All these hand traps are going to the slaughter! No! Not Droll and Lockbird! Bring my twink back! I'm drawing Inspector Border, which is actually really good, and I really like that, and I put him face down immediately. See, the reason I like Inspector Border is, because Barrier Statue is up, it is stopping them from special summoning. Inspector Border will make it so that even if they special summon, they can't do anything, and it's very hard for them to special summon because of Teekboo and Rivalry. So, if on the off chance Barrier Statue gets destroyed, I can flip up Inspector Border and be back in an advantageous position. Amano Awado. Amano Awado stops all monsters' effects from happening. For one turn. He's a face-up everything that can't use its effects. Which is very nice. Dimension Shifter. Once again, not the worst thing, but, you know, not the worst thing in the Malice, because they do want controlled vanishing, not just Omni vanishing. Gravekeeper's Commandant. Don't need him, because we already have Necro Valley. I have Moon Mirror Shield, which is very good, but I can't attack into Lancia, because Lancia actually has enough defense to be able to take the trade that Clockwork Knight causes. Amaro Awado, as nice as it is, I don't think we need. I need them to do something so I can clear up some back row in order to get rid of Lancia. Imperm. Yeah, that'll do it. Imperm in the Clockwork Knight column, which means Clockwork Knight is now disabled. But it didn't matter too much for them, did it? And now Inspector Border's up the board, and everything is a machine again. A lot of Moon Mirror Shields. Normally I'm happy to see Moon Mirror Shield, but for once I don't need it. Hell, I don't even need the draws. I got rid of Pot of Duality. Drawing in this scenario would be a very bad idea. I have more cards in my deck than they do right now, so there's the potential to win via deck out. So, drawing is not an ideal condition right now, so we hold off on it. Another Clockwork Knight. The damage bonus and attack dropping of Clockwork Knight does stack, by the way, but you can only activate one Clockwork Knight per turn. I'll set down Fossil Dino on the off chance something manages to get special summoned. But it looks like I didn't need to. They chose to surrender. Floodgates are tricky. And I would highly recommend people playing Stun, as weird as it sounds. Because when you play a bunch of different decks, you get a better understanding of deck building and deck practices as a whole. And it makes you a better player. I would highly recommend everyone playing as many different decks as they can. Even if you know that the deck isn't up to snuff and not your taste, it still helps because you still learn from that experience of using that deck, which is very helpful. So yes, I would highly recommend playing as many decks as possible. Alright, you will get better when you play different decks. Even if you don't like all those decks and you're like, yeah, I've played it, I get it, it's not for me, that's still fine. Because you still have the learned experience of using that deck, and that's what's important. And with that, I shall depart. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll come around for next time. Next time being Wednesday, where we have a new game to start. Another RPG. One that I've been waiting to get to, but have been sidetracked with stuff and personal things that have been happening. So, thank you. Later.